The colony stretched along the ice shelf like a murmuring city. Thousands of emperor penguins huddled against the Antarctic wind. Among them stood one penguin, indistinguishable from the rest, same sleek black back, same white belly, same purposeful waddle, but something was different inside. While the others called to their mates and shuffled toward the sea where food waited in abundance, this penguin stood very still. The researchers noticed it first the way it turned its head toward the interior, toward the mountains that rose like jagged teeth 70 kilometers away. Then it began to walk, not toward the feeding grounds, not back to the nesting sites, inland, into the heart of Antarctica, where no food existed, where no penguin had any reason to go. The scientists tried to intervene. They scooped up the penguin, examined it for injury or illness, found nothing wrong. They carried it back to the colony, setting it down gently among its kind. The penguin paused for a moment as if considering. Then it turned around and resumed its march toward the mountains. Over and over, they brought it back over and over. It turned away from survival and chose the wasteland. Why? One researcher asked, watching through binoculars. As the small figure grew smaller against the endless white, derangement, another suggested. Disorientation, some instinct gone wrong. But Werner Herzog, filming nearby, saw something else. He watched the penguin steady. Deliberate gait, no panic, no confusion, just purpose. The penguin walked for days. No one knows how far it made it before the cold took it, or whether it ever reached those distant mountains, but it never turned back, it never wavered. Perhaps it had seen something in the patterns of ice and sky that broke something inside. Perhaps the routine of colony life, the same fishing grounds, the same courtship rituals, the same survival had become unbearable. Perhaps it simply decided that the mystery of the interior was more honest than the illusion of purpose at the edge. The other penguins continued their lives, diving for fish, raising their chicks, following the patterns that had sustained their species for millennia. They were content, or at least they continued, and somewhere in the vast white silence, one set of footprints led away from everything, toward nothing. Because sometimes the march into oblivion feels more authentic than another day of pretending to. Feeding grounds matter. The researchers packed up their equipment. The film crew moved on. The colony forgot. But the penguin had made its choice, and in that choice, decades later, millions of humans would see themselves, reflected, weary, searching, walking steadily toward their own distant mountains, unable to explain why the path away from safety feels more true than the path toward it. The ice preserved no answers, only the question of why one penguin among thousands decided that the only honest direction was away.